Hello everyone, this is Anak Pandey and welcome to this webinar. In this series brought to you by Humans of EV, we will shed light on the issues being faced by the EV community, discuss potential solutions, have talks with the doyens of the industry who are taking the EV industry to new heights by solving problems and revolutionizing how we think of e-mobility. In this iteration, I have with me Mr. Mukesh Kumar, CTO at TelioEV. Mukesh has a profound background in deep tech, working with technologies such as microprocessors for a very long time, and is key to the solutions that TelioEV is bringing to EV charging. Hi, Mukesh. Please accept a warm welcome to this webinar from me and Humans of EV.
Yeah, hi Anna. Thanks for inviting here.
So, Mukesh, to begin with, I have a few questions with me, which we'd all love to have your thoughts on. Should we begin?
Yeah, sure.
To kick off, the first question is, what are some of the best recent innovative technologies evolving currently as per you?
So, Anna, if you talk about the innovation in EV sector, right? So, industry is like working in all aspects, and be it a battery domain, be it a software domain, be it a hardware, be it a power distribution. So currently, if you see the major challenges the industry is facing, like the range anxiety, the cost of ownership, right, and even though the interoperability of the chargers, right.
Yeah.
So industry is working on the innovatively, like to uh, if you say the solve the challenge of range anxiety with the help of battery swapping, okay, with the help of the new chemistry of battery, right?
Correct.
So a lot of things are happening, and if you see the innovation is also happening in a power distribution point of view also. Right? So in that sector also people are working.
Okay, so innovation is happening apparently in all dimensions, yes, as far as
Yeah,
e-mobility is
yeah,
concerned.
true.
Okay, so the next question is, what are the major sectors we are looking forward to show massive improvement in the EV industry?
So there are a lot of sectors. If you see, EV is a big ecosystem where manufacturing is also part of ecosystem. Then if you see, insurance sector is also part of ecosystem. Then if you see, battery is a major part of that, right? So then if you see, software is also there, right? Where people are using software for managing the charging infrastructure. And another big sector is like where you can say power discom, power distribution companies, where
Correct.
a lot of innovation is happening and a lot of is to be done, right?
Yeah.
And government is also working on a lot of new policies so that the cost of ownership should come down, the adaptability of EV should be increased, right, in the market. So a lot of things are happening. If you see in an infra point of view also, like uh, as EV vehicles are growing in the market, right? So a lot of uh, emphasis are there on the charging infrastructure where new charger will be getting installed. And if chargers are getting installed, definitely there is a lot of improvement need to be done on the grid infra,
Correct.
power distribution.
Yeah.
So a lot of new things are happening there.
Sure. So it's pretty reassuring to hear this from you that not just superficially, but yeah, something of all the you see all the cogwheels that are lying beneath the hood, those are also functioning and they are also evolving rapidly.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
I hope you've seen there's a video, there's a very popular video from which has a statement from Kevin O'Leary where he talks about his son being at Tesla and talking of data being a very prominent, although a new dimension to the business that automobile industry brings or is considered to bring, right? So any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I also have seen that video some time back where he was talking to his son and he was asking that you are working in Tesla, right? And his son was also trying to explain what Tesla is doing, and he was trying to tell Tesla is have like gathering lot of data, right?
Right.
So if you see nowadays in coming future, so data will be the biggest strongest part if you see. So data is required to analyze the range, driving pattern of the vehicle, right, as a driver, right? so which can help the industry to analyze, okay, what is the health of the system, what is the health of the battery, how long the person can go. Based on data, they can also predict that, okay, and suggest, okay, now on your way, you can charge your vehicle, right? You can plan your trips also. So definitely data, and it's a future which Tesla is working on.
Certainly, certainly, and yeah, I truly agree, because as the business is evolving, particularly e-mobility, it is an entirely new beast to leash, right? And I mean, simultaneously, it brings a lot of opportunity, a lot of challenges as well. So
So
I
even though I can give you example, Anas, like how data is important nowadays. So even though if you see insurance industry, they are also working on such business models where they can plan the insurance premium based on the running of the people. Because if you see during the lockdown, nobody was running the car, right? It was idle at home or maybe in the office, like apartments,
right,
and but still they were paying the insurance premium, right?
true,
So industry is also working on that based on the running pattern of the person, if based on the driving pattern of the person. So they are also planning to work on some such a flexible premium opportunities, right? Business models. So
great.
for that, definitely data is one of the key ingredient, right, to create any of the business model.
Correct, correct. It is the fuel to the fire. Yes, correct. So, all right. Now moving to the next question, uh, where I mean this I think will is the most requested one. So, where should engineering students or students of EV industry work together? How should they, in the direction in which they should work to grow technologically? What do you have to say about that?
So if you see, EV is a complete vehicle, like it's a complete ecosystem where you see uh, mechanical engineers, they are also needed for the battery industry, right? If you see, software engineers are also required for the charging infrastructure software, right? Or maybe data crunching we were talking about after
Correct.
like few minutes back,
Yeah.
right? And if you see the electronic engineer, because it's an electric vehicle, right?
Correct.
Electrical engineers, so
Yes.
electronics engineer, electrical engineers, there is a lot of scope for all engineering students in their respective fields, and it is going to be grow, right? If you see a few years back when we used to have any car, if I consider X amount of electronics, and
Yeah.
if we consider the electronics in electric vehicle, right, it is maybe 20x, right? And it is going to be increased as a lot of automation is coming up, right? So every field, like engineering student from any stream, they have a huge scope in EV sector.
Right. So so pretty much the entire spectrum of engineering is it can particularly gear itself up for challenges, answering the challenges that come our
Yes,
way as far as e-mobility is concerned. Yes.
true.
Sure. So, moving this probably I think will be the latter part of this questionnaire. How do you see EV charging infrastructure evolving, and where do you see it reaching in the recent future? This question is a two-parter. So the second part is, how is TelioEV bringing value to e-mobility?
So if you see, EV infrastructure is one of the biggest challenge which is in the coming future as EV is going, right? As I told you, like there is a as the chargers are going, the grid will be getting loaded, right?
Correct.
Overloaded, right?
Yeah.
So grid industry is also working on that, on the dynamic load management. The EV infrastructure is becoming smart, where the chargers are in continuous sync with the grids. They are getting, okay, what are the peak tariff, what are the peak time, load timing. Based on that, the charging infrastructure software, they are asking chargers, they are instructing chargers to, okay, now you power down yourself, maybe reduce your capacity. So this way, the people are working. And another new innovation which people are working on, V2G, like vehicle to grid,
Great. Yeah.
right? So we have a lot of energy in the batteries, right? In the maybe when vehicle is not in use, and if we need energy, So vehicle can also feed the energy from the battery to the grid, back to the grid. So vehicle to vehicle, vehicle to grid, right? So a lot of new innovation, a lot of new technologies are evolving. So as a TelioEV, if you're asking me, so we are providing a software as a service for the charging infrastructure, right? So we are also working on these new things like range anxiety, how we can solve this, how we can solve this dynamic load management, right? So a lot of new things we are doing into this sector.
Great, great, great.
And we see already seen like they are different charging network provider, right? So it's another challenge which people are facing. Okay, I am having one app with me. Maybe some other charger is not compatible to my app, right? So it means person has to have multiple apps. So we are also working on the solution where interoperability of different charger networks. So one app is sufficient for all the chargers. Right? So that
Mukesh,
way.
I'm really looking forward to having that app on my phone as well, because I have been facing this issue of having tens of apps for accessing around tens of charges. So that is something that to me is very obvious, something to be done that way. But that is also at the same time very rare to be seen in the industry, that there is one app which answers to all the problems that the EV customer at
Yeah,
the end user at the point of the end user is facing. Yes.
yeah, true, true.
Um, I really appreciate your time. Thank you, Mukesh, and all the audience for joining us in this webinar. It was
Thank you.
exhilarating to see you here. And to those who aren't a member yet, we welcome you to join Humans VV. Hope to see you
Thank
soon in
you.
the next iteration. Thank you, Mukesh, and thank you,
Sure,
everyone.
sure, anytime. Yeah, thanks a lot, Anas, for giving me opportunity on this platform and presenting my view to the EV enthusiasts.
It was absolutely a pleasure talking to you, Mukesh. Thank you.
Thank you.